Big Z Reviews. Titletown High is a new reality TV show on Netflix about a high school football team. And it is odd.
I'm gonna find out who's tough and who ain't, trust me.
I got big plans, but none of them feel like mine.
And I'm juggling a relationship with Lindley. Then I got stuff going on with Zoe. Everything's just drama.
Right now, I'm hiding Morgan from my mom.
So this generally isn't something that I'd probably do a review of. Because, I mean, I love football. That's like, my teams are the Penn State Nittany Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers. But, you know, I've watched all of the Last Chance U and all the other shows that are on Netflix about, you know, football and reality and, like, you get a look behind the scenes, Hard Knocks, stuff like that. And when I saw this one, like, I was excited to check it out because I think with COVID, I think junior college, I'm not sure if they even had their football season. I think they might have had a spring season. So they might get a one eventually, but we're not going to get a Last Chance U right now because, like, the previous season they would have filmed didn't really happen normally. And this one also occurs during COVID. So there's a lot of interesting stuff that they could talk about. There's a lot of, you know, football during COVID. And there's the actual, like, half of the show is for football stuff. And it's interesting. There's a very interesting story to tell with this coach that's slightly controversial coming into this high school that's one of the most winningest schools, and that there's like also like things with this senior quarterback from California coming in because California is not having a high school football season, and there's a lot of shenanigans there, and it's all very interesting because they have to overcome a lot of things that happen. But then the other half of the show is romantic comedy, like straight out of the Netflix teen romantic comedies, and it I don't know if it's real. I don't. It is. I was watching it, and then they started doing that, and I'm like, oh, okay. I hope they don't focus on this too much. And this like half of the show. Like later on, I just got tired of it, and I would fast forward through it, maybe just get a gist of it, and then fast forward to the football. But the thing is, like the main guy they follow, like I don't use their names just because I think they are real people. But this guy, he looks like a dollar store version of all the heartthrob actors in the teen romantic comedies on Netflix. And he is a second string defensive lineman, but he is the main focus of the show. And like even there right there, like that's odd. But even more so, he's in this love triangle where he's like has a girlfriend, but then he has this other like best friend that he's known forever. That is also some flirtation there, and the new girlfriend doesn't like him hanging out with his best friend that's a girl. And who will he end up with? Ooh, I wonder if he's going to end up with the best friend. Like, it is too perfect. And like there's like so much drama there, and like sometimes like you see like this other friend that's also a girl, like he's in like they're in the house and they're like talking like privately, and it's supposed to be like a really private conversation, and she's like telling him that you have to stop hanging out with the girl if you want to date that one girl, and it's like, and I couldn't help but thinking like they're mic'd up. They have at least one camera in there. They have the cameraman, they have the sound guy, they probably have a producer or two, and like they try to, it's all like fabricated. It's like, is this, I'm not sure, but I feel like The Office might be more real than half of this Titletown High show. And there's some weird stuff too, because at one point they're like at a pool party, and like there's the camera focuses on the bodies of the 16 and 17-year-old guys like a little bit too long, and it's like they take their shirts off and like, oh, look at the abs, and like the camera kind of, it's like it's weird, and then even weirder is like they have a drama because the friend is there, and I think maybe the friend not be there, but like the girlfriend's there, and she's pissed at him because he was hanging out with the other girl. And like they're like that after the pool party, they're like hanging out to watch a movie or something at this house, and she storms off. And you see like it's supposed to be a big moment, but you see when she storms off because she's wearing like a swim dress, and you see the mic pack on her back, and it's like this is because this is manufactured. This isn't real, and the funny thing is the other main character they try to follow, like behind the scenes of the football stuff, is the quarterback that has to start after shenanigans with the quarterback from California after his dad does an interview with ESPN saying that him and his wife aren't actually divorced, and once the football season is over, they're going to get remarried. Then shenanigans. Like, that stuff is so interesting. But this other quarterback, they do this other classic angle, romantic comedy or romantic drama angle of the girlfriend like wanting to become official, like saying that I'm more important than football, and then the mom and the coach like want him to break up with her, and like that, that will love conquer all, or that whole angle I think is what they're trying to do. But the quarterback does not play along. The quarterback, they call him to the office, and they're like, the mom's there and the coach is there, and they're like, you have to break up with her. Like, it's so heavy-handed and fake, and like no matter what, even if it's not scripted, the producer is there in their ear talking to them and setting things up. And I think they want this big drama, and the quarterback is just like, okay, and he just texts the girl, I'm breaking up with you, and no reaction, and of course when she gets a text, they also have a cameraman on the girlfriend, and they're like, he just broke up with me over text, and they have drama with her, but the quarterback is just nothing, and it's like they're probably like, God damn, I can't get a reaction out of him. Like, because like all he cares about is football. Like football is more important than this girl. And there's other stuff too. At a certain point, like slight spoiler, but they go to the playoffs, and you'll see the main character that they follow throughout all the behind the scenes drama, the second string defensive lineman. He mysteriously doesn't even dress for the game, but he's in the bleachers, and they say because he couldn't get a negative COVID test in time, that he couldn't play. And I couldn't help but think, did the coach just say, this actor is not getting any game time today, this is too important for your bullshit? And it's like, I think that may have happened, like, but I don't know. It could be just he's gonna get a COVID test in time, but again, I think that they gave him a tiny bit of play time in the games that didn't really matter that much. But now they're in the playoffs. He's not getting any play time. You're not even letting him dress. Like I think the guy is just an actor. I think they brought an actor in to this reality show. And maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't feel real. But this guy, this actor, he's only ever interacting with these other group of kids that aren't like football players. That like, and they all like, I don't know if I think he may be an actor. I don't think he's a real student, or he's an aspiring actor that they found at the school. I really don't know. But that's the oddest thing about the show, because, again, the football stuff, there's really compelling stories here. Especially because this guy, like, I swear this guy watched Tiger King and wanted to be the standout player, like like that guy that rode off in the sunset on the jet ski. But like this guy is the head of the booster club, and I don't think he has any kids in the football team. But I know, like, when I played football, like the booster club was pretty much all the moms, and I know like my mom was in charge of the food. Essentially, like if we had a home game, we'd have like a dinner beforehand. If a away game, we'd go to a local Italian restaurant beforehand, but and we get subs after. But she was in charge of well, she was one of the women in charge of like getting everything together and making a lot of the dishes and stuff, and I know, but there's shenanigans with money, and I know like even like her, she talked about how like the treasurer in charge of Booster Club, every once in a while would be like, we need more money for this and that, and it's like, what happened to the money we have for the other stuff? Like there is in Booster Clubs and something like that for football, for everything, like the treasurer, there's a lot of opportunity for mismanagement of money and stealing it or taking stuff off the top. But like the coach, like this guy, he's missing a hand, and he's featured like throughout the show, but not like too much. But then it comes out that this is a spoiler for the season, I guess. But it turns out that in the beginning of the season, when a guy came here, he recorded all their conversations with the coach. And the coach asked him to find some funny money, so that they could pay for the apartments for players that they're shipping in. And again, this is something that happens all the time. Because I know even like back in the 70s and 80s, like my mom at the time was a teacher at the high school. She's just told me about it. That before she had kids, after that, she became part-time professor at a local college. But before she had kids, she was a full-time high school teacher in like biology, medical terminology, geology, like earth science, stuff like that. But like she said, like as part of the earth science and stuff, I know that now we call that rocks for jocks. But they got a new basketball coach, and he brought in all of these players from Philadelphia started coming in, they were, I assume that the houses were paid for, so there were some shenanigans there, and that this is what they did here. But this guy recorded the conversations and waited until after they didn't win the state championships to release the recordings and get the coach fired. And the thing to say is, good thing that this coach was white and not black, because there's some weirdness where he's like go back to Alabama or something like that. Like he doesn't like people from Alabama or something. Like it's very weird and very dramatic. But it's interesting, and I feel like it's real, even though this guy is trying to make a name for himself or something. But like the football stuff is so interesting. I hate that the reality stuff is so in question and odd and awkward. Again, but at the same time, if you like that sort of stuff, you may not like the football stuff. Like I could see people fast forwarding through the football to get to the romantic drama stuff. But the combination, there's something that gets kind of broken in the show, you know? So I probably give it like a 5 out of 10. Like some of the stuff is very interesting, and some stuff is just awkward and fake. But it's interesting. What do you think? If you've seen this, tell me in the comments if you think this is real or not. But thanks for watching, and if you want to see any more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.